It is Monday, it is noon, it is time for the next episode of the CraigSkitz podcast. This time, episode 15, and one that is 4 years in the making. For those of you who don't know, I was on a podcast when ScrewAttack started called SideScrollers. It lasted 554 episodes and was thought of as a real early leader in the podcast space. And over time, it was hosted by a lot of folks. Myself, I was probably the main staple throughout the entire time, but it started with Tom, and then we had Jose and Destin and Corey and Jared, and throughout the years, we finally ended up with Sam and Chad as my co-host. And it ended up pretty abruptly with the launch of Game Attack in early October of 2016, and we ended on episode 554. So I thought it'd be fun to bring everybody back for episode 555 of not SideScrollers and not ScrewAttack.com, because I don't own either of those things, and I don't. So this, I want to be very clear, this is not SideScrollers. But I did do my best to make it feel like that show. With that said, hopefully you guys enjoy this. But before we do, I want to remind you guys, if you guys have been following my career for a long time, I'm always about doing my best in making things to bring people together. And my next project is built entirely around that. It's called Collaborator Club. If you are a creator of one follower or one subscriber, or you have 1 million subscribers or 1 million followers, and you live stream or you create YouTube videos, I built this platform with the intention of allowing you the opportunity to grow and create with people that you want to grow and create with. Collaborator Club is a search engine, a database that allows you to find creators that you want to create with. It's very simple to use, and it'll be launching in 2021. But right now, if you're able to go in and sign up for an account, which is totally free, you can log in with your Twitch account or your YouTube account. If you sign up right now during the sign-up period before the beta launches in November, you will actually get 3 free months of premium access to all the premium features we're going to have on the site when the site launches in 2021. So go check it out right now. It's collaboratorclub.com or collaborator.club, whichever you prefer to use. So go and check that out. I'd really, really appreciate it. Once again, it's for any and all creators of any and all sizes, creating any and all content. So go check it out. It's collaboratorclub.com. All right, let's get to this thing. It is SideScrollers. I'm sorry, did I say SideScrollers? Not SideScrollers, episode 555 on notscrewattack.com. Be ready for some nostalgia. Have fun. Enjoy the next 2 hours.
It's time for SideScrollers from ScrewAttack.com. With me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, shit. Rainbow keyboard. Woo.
Chad. And Sam. And now, broadcasting live from the World ScrewAttack HQ in Dallas, Texas, it's SideScrollers.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome out to Not SideScrollers on NotScrewAttack.com. What is going on, everybody? I'm not Stuttering Craig.
But I am Chad James. I mean, if I could change and be not Sam Mitchell, I'll jump on that bandwagon with you. That sounds more fun. Yeah, sure. That sounds great.
Welcome, everybody, to the most entertaining 30 to 45 minutes of your video game week. It is not SideScrollers on NotScrewAttack.com. Hello, everybody. Good to see you.
Hey, you forgot the hey.
Hey.
It's actually funny because I'm the only one who kept the ScrewAttack social media
you're
stuff
the last
too.
one.
I'm the last standing one. I'm
You
the
are.
last one. Yeah.
You are. It's funny because I got the podcast going, which technically this is an episode of the podcast, and I've had people reach out and be like, you should rename it the Stuttering Craig Podcast because nobody knows who CraigSkitz is. I was like, oh, okay.
That feels great.
Thanks.
Cool. Okay.
It's
Well,
okay.
thanks.
Well, how is everybody?
Hanging in there, man. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just
Chad, you look different.
as good as you could be.
I do.
Yeah.
I look insane.
Well, is this a pandemic thing?
It is. I haven't got my haircut, so I had missed a haircut because I had like a meeting, and then I was gonna be on hardcore mini golf, and I played this like really like this Scottish golfer character. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna like grow my hair out, let it be like all wild, like like Braveheart style. And then that production wrapped right as the pandemic hit, and so then I haven't gotten a haircut since. And it's just been going and doing its thing, and it's so long, and it's driving me crazy.
Nice. What about you, Sam?
Yep.
You look different too.
Yeah, I mean, it's been good. It's been the best excuse you could ask for to grow a beard, pretty much. And so I've taken advantage of that to ill effect, really, because this is like 6-7 months of not shaving, which is wild. But yeah.
Do you like the beard?
You had to get it shaped. You had to get it shaped. His girlfriend got
Yeah, I
mad
got
at
it
him.
shaped a couple times, but I can't say I do. I can't say I like it. No, I don't think I do.
Then why not shave
Yeah,
it? You don't
yeah.
have to have it. You know?
Yeah, but new experiences, if you don't try it, like maybe I will like it when it gets like really bushy. Like I don't know.
But
What are you
I
going,
feel
like
like-
Gandalf levels? Like, where are we talking here?
I don't, maybe just more Viking. Whenever I can do like a good braid, and then I'll be like, okay, I fulfilled like whatever weird Norse genealogy that was in me, and now I can go back to just not. But it's also like, it's weird having long hair again. It's been, I don't know, like 5-6 years since I had long hair. I feel like
Probably
since
the
that
last
one time we
did-
went to Vegas.
Right, yeah.
Actually, yeah, that was the last time I think I had like long hair.
Man. Well, so
That was a
you-
good Vegas
you-
trip.
you look-
That's what I could do with right now. A fucking
Dude.
Vegas trip.
Come on.
Oh God.
Hey, Chad, there's a show on ESPN Plus called Better Days, right? And it's Bettor, like instead of like actually.
Oh, bet or
Yeah, right.
Dave.
Or,
Yeah, okay, got it.
or it's just like better, like a person who places bets better days, and it's,
Yeah,
it's all about stories, like these crazy stories that happen with when you gamble, right?
Gotcha.
Big wins, big losses, and stuff. It's outstanding, right? And the one thing I really feel like 23 Red should be there.
Dude, we have two awesome gambling stories from Vegas. There's your 23 red where you got the whole table to bet on it and forgot to bet it on yourself, which is just the best hook of that story.
Yep.
I felt so bad for you. And then that second one when you got wiped out and then I was just getting my ass kicked and I had what was like $20 and I was like, well, I'll just sit down at this table. And we were there for, I don't know, like 3-4 hours.
You just rode
and,
it.
Dude, I turned, it was like $20 into like, I don't know, it was like 400 or 500, something like that. And dude, we were all just like, this is insane. Like we're just getting drinks and you were just talking with all the people. Oh,
Good times.
God, I want to gamble so bad.
God, I want to go to
Love to
Vegas.
go gamble, dude.
We can go to Vegas. Vegas does have mask options. I'm just saying.
That's true, but
You just got to get on a
socially
plane.
responsible.
These days, I'm more of a Shreveport person, anyways. I just feel like it's like more of a the slummy experience I'm looking for.
Right.
Like,
Hey, you want to gamble? You got to get on a boat.
yeah, like,
That's true.
I don't know. It's got more flavor to it. It feels like when you're in Vegas, it's like this is normalized. When you're in Shreveport, it's like this is barely legal.
Right,
like,
right,
dude,
right,
it's-
right.
I don't know.
It's
There's
such-
a fun feeling to it.
It is the most bullshit loophole because it's like, yes, it's technically a boat, but then we built a casino onto the end of it.
Right,
Like,
right.
so it's
Like, we welded it to land.
right.
Yeah, that's
The river dried up. It would just hang off the side. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
Yeah, it's the idea of it actually floating is hilarious. It's actually there's foundation and from the boat to the base of the river.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's funny as shit. God, so yeah, Vegas trip as soon as pandemic is done. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man. I'm
yeah.
so down.
Well, I'll see you in about
waste some money.
2023. Sound good?
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Man.
Or until we all just get fed up with it and are just like, let's risk our lives.
It's all done. Well, it's funny because you guys down in Austin, right? It's very different down in Austin than it is up here in Dallas, right? Like people are living their lives up here in Dallas, and if you're like, whatever, like I'm coaching soccer on the weekends, and nobody's wearing their masks and stuff. Everyone's outside, and it's like people, schools in session, and things are pretty normal except for when you go to Target and you got to wear your mask, But things are like fairly normal, and I'm sure people in other portions of the country and are like, what the hell is going on? You should be inside with your mask at all times. But people are very it's Texas, so it's pretty crazy. But
Texas is, if nothing, if not full of staunch opinions.
yes.
Yeah.
There's
So-
there's the entire state, and then there's Austin, which is the state capital. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, man, it's fun. But we'll see how this all goes once. We'll see what happens post election and stuff. So it's crazy, crazy time. But
as long as we stay remote, because like Chad and I are like, I haven't been to the office in, I don't know, I think we stopped in like
February.
March or something. February.
February for me. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've just been if we're gonna stay remote for a long time, I don't feel like I give a shit to stay here, especially in Austin with it being so expensive. Like, I just want to go to Canada or something. Like,
You could.
Yep.
yeah. I mean, working online anyways, it doesn't really matter.
Right. Like,
Yeah,
you truly
it's
don't need
just-
to be anywhere right now. You can be wherever you
Yeah.
want as lowest cost, period.
Yeah, that's really what I want. Like the low cost, like, oh my God. Like right as I live with my girlfriend now, and right as the pandemic started, it was like day one of, hey, let's shut the city down, right? Was the day she closed on a house, like kind of downtownish. And it's just like, luckily it's Austin and the city is just broken in the fact that our like house prices, they're just still going, they're just still climbing. Like it doesn't make any, it shouldn't be, but still it's like the worst time to be, you know. It's like, oh, we moved somewhere, it's like, oh, we can bike to the coffee shop, like bike to the bar, everything's so close. It's like, doesn't fucking matter, everything's closed, don't go outside. Like it's like, oh well, cool, this is fun. Like
On the theme of all my the pandemic's been brought up probably once every podcast. It's just a consistent topic of how it's affecting everybody and stuff. And
I mean, yeah, everybody's going through it, man.
Right,
Across the entire world. It's crazy.
you know what else people are going through right now?
What's that?
My favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for
Hard news.
Yes, he got it. There you go. Love it. Look at that face. Sure. Go ahead. All right. I don't have any sort of assets here, but admittedly, I have, since I left Game Attack, I have been so far out of the loop in the gaming space. I just don't care about what's happening. But you guys obviously are. Sam, I would imagine you're probably up and on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox One X Series.com/org issues.
See, the only thing that you're gonna run into here is Sam and I are both like big PC gamers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially since like Xbox did their thing of like everything that's like an Xbox exclusive, you can also play on your PC. And I'm like, great, I'll never buy a console from you again.
Right. Well, that's good. I mean, how do you guys feel about all that?
I mean, I think for the audiences they're targeted at, like the series, if we can start just like base level, how have they not fired the person that does naming conventions for Xbox? Like, can you imagine being anyone's like aunt, uncle, grandparent going in trying to buy the right Xbox? Like, it doesn't.
Right.
Do you want the Xbox X, the Series X, the Series
No, but
SX?
you remember when we played
what the fuck
Halo
is
on
this shit?
Xbox
Like,
One? Wait, are you talking about the first Xbox or are you talking about the Xbox One?
Listen,
like
I've been
so
in
bad.
this. I've been in this industry for 15 years, and I have no idea what the name of the Xbox is. It's Xbox Series.
Series S
Series
and Series
X
X.
and
They are
Series
releasing
S, yeah.
two separate consoles.
Okay, which
Yeah.
one's better?
The X.
The X.
The X is better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's just the bigger, like, it has, like, the S is the one with no disk drive and, like, slightly lower specs, but will still play all the
still
games.
the same processing power.
It's like,
yeah.
the S is like, hey, I think the S is like, no disk drive, we're going to play at 1080p. And the X is like, disk drive, we're going to play at 4K. So for a lot of people, the S is probably the right thing. And to have, like, I think the S is a $300 option. To have
Right.
that option, I think it's
it
great.
might be
Because $300 is...
But for you guys, it doesn't matter because you're going to play the games on PC anyways.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'd be kind of interested in PS5. It's kind of funny how they're working right now. We got, like, I'm not going to say the exact game, but we got, like, an ad prop for upcoming next-gen console, like, obviously later this year. Or not a console, a game for it. And it's like, oh, yeah, we want to advertise the game, do, like, a custom piece of content and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but I think you're going to sell all the copies you're going to sell because nobody can buy it. Like, it's sold out everywhere. It's like, how are we like, buy this product, good fucking luck. I'm like,
Right.
I'm happy to do it because, like, the what the project is like, great, cool, love it. But also, if y'all want to waste your money and try and sell something that can't even be bought,
Right.
whatever. It just
brand
seems
up.
weird as hell because that's the main thing right now is they're
So-
just sold out.
What it really felt like this year, though, was that Microsoft was just really trying to not repeat what happened to them at the last console premiere, where Sony like kicked the shit out of them and then rubbed their face in the dirt.
Right.
So like I felt like this entire campaign has just been dedicated to be like, not this time, because it's like, we've got this, we have all this Game Pass stuff, and look, there's 2 different things, and the price points are great, and guess what? We fucking bought Bethesda. They're like, just like going ham. Because, like, I mean, Sony just kicked the shit. Like, you remember the press conference that Microsoft just bombed. It was all those, like, sports games and stuff, and everybody's like, what the fuck is happening? And, like, the stage presence wasn't very good. And then they announced the DRM stuff, which pissed off everybody. Right. And then Sony last minute recorded that...
the sharing video, right?
The share, yeah. You want to know how easy it is to share a game on PS4?
Right.
Yeah,
Here you go.
Yeah. I will say though, Xbox, like the I kind of feel like they're gonna go to being more of a software platform and have the hardware be a second thing. Like, I don't know if y'all have messed with Xbox Game Pass, but I think that is recently one of like the best dollar per entertainment you can spend in gaming. Is like, I think Xbox Game Pass has been extraordinarily good for the cost of it, especially as like a PC user. I'm using like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, because it's cross-platform, so.
Yeah, and they have 15 million like monthly subscribers, so I think they've just realized it's like that. I can't remember the exact, because it has different like tier prices. I think the one I pay for is 15 a month, but it's like if you have, and that's like I think the low one. If you have 15 million people spending $15 a month, like that's you're happy with that revenue chain.
Right,
I feel
like I pay that
really
for one game. Well, classic.
Yeah, right.
So
like, yeah, that's a. Can't believe you're still in that bandwagon.
going strong. Got my Curl Shrug last night, Sam. So
good for you.
I don't know what you said, Chad. Sounds good.
I
right?
know.
Nerd shit.
But, we talked about the Xbox a lot, but I will say so far, and like it's so weird because like I was a big Xbox fanboy for the original Xbox, and then I swapped to Sony for the PS4 because I still feel that that's a superior console. You can come at me if you want, but it also has a better controller. And then now with this new one, like they really haven't announced that much. But my favorite thing about it is when they showed the picture of what the console looked like, and all of the memes that came from that just cracked me the fuck up. Like my favorite being, because I'm a giant fantasy nerd, was it being the tower and the eye of Sauron. Like I died. That people like photoshopped the Pope's hat as the PS5. Like. So good.
Yeah,
so many great things.
But yeah, really, it's been like, as an onlooker, the memes have made it all worth it. Like, I don't really care on either console. If I could get a hold of a PS5, I guess I would pay they haven't set the full price yet, have they? No, they have. I think it's $500 for the big one and $400 for the little one or something like that. Maybe it's $350, but I'd probably pay that, but.
I think as of this recording, they haven't announced it, which is weird because it's like coming out in a month or whatever.
They
but
might have, because they have pre-orders, so
yeah.
I think they had to have the other day.
You know, and this all comes down.
It's $5 for the big, $390, like $499 for the big one, $399 for the digital edition, which doesn't have a disc drive. Right.
And this always goes back to something we talked about on SideScrollers like a decade ago. Is when is Nintendo going to do their service where they just put all their classic games on and allow you to do that and stream them and just rake it in, you know?
Craig, they found the internet and they're still figuring it out. All right, it's not going quick. But slowly we're making progress.
Yep.
We still have fucking friend codes on Switch. I can't just type in a username to add you as a friend. I have to pull up this bullshit code and send, like... I like the Switch. It's a great console. Here's one right here. Look. But god damn, Nintendo. God.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think for me personally, this Switch is still going to maintain the spot as like the best console because it does something my computer can't. Like...
Plays Nintendo games.
Yeah, like, yeah. And there is a Switch Online thing now, Craig. I don't know.
Sure. Oh yeah. Listen, I play it every day. Like legitimately, I got mine ready to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, but if you're in if you have the Nintendo Switch membership, you get like Star Fox and Kirby's Dream Lands, Super Metroid. So you do kind of have that service. That's what I stream on twitch.tv/CraigSkitz every day is pretty much Nintendo Online. I just play I just play through all the games.
You too can go to twitch.tv/CraigSkitz and subscribe or follow today.
With your Prime, with your Amazon Prime, use it on your boy. Appreciate that. Let's go with that. You'd be surprised how many people watch. I dual stream on Twitch and YouTube. It's been really awesome. It's been fun. But Twitch is good. Is that free Prime?
One's very positive, the other's very toxic. It's weird.
Well, listen. I'm not sure if which one is which, depending on who's watching. So, but it's been good, man. So yeah, okay. Well, video games are coming. Do you guys have a preference on if or back to what you were saying though about taking things on the go? But the thing about Microsoft though is they have their new streaming thing where you can play your Xbox games on your phone with the controller and stuff. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Until it works like too well, I'm not gonna buy it. Like maybe it does. I don't know. I feel like
most
anything
hardcore
like
gamers
that sucks.
and PC gamers especially are very skeptical whenever just the word mobile is mentioned.
Right.
That immediately then like raises an eyebrow. But that said, like technology's come like really far, and like if you have a good internet connection and like you can put a decent processor in a phone. Like
but
if
also
they can make it work.
Like, did you play the Stadia? Like,
No.
As their most recent touchstone of like Google with the best fucking online servers in the world that literally money can't buy because they make them and they're better than everybody else. Like, it still kind of fucking sucked. So I don't know, man. Like it feels bad. So. Until somebody perfects it. Like, once it actually happens, great, awesome, can't wait to play everything cool on my phone with one of those little phone controller things. Just don't think that's this generation. Not yet. Maybe 5G will help.
I'll tell you this much. The games that are on the mobile devices now, they're no texting of the bread. I'll tell you that much. Oh, Lord. Oh, man, that's funny.
I stand by. That was a fun game.
It was a fun game. just 2010 called, and it's not quite, it was the early days of mobile.
Because we're all just like, we all love this game that not a lot of people ever played called Typing of the Dead.
Right.
You could do that on phones with texting. And then pun name, Texting of the Bread.
Yeah.
Let's make a game. That was how that conversation went.
Mm-hmm. Accurate. That was a big investment. That game cost like 40, 50 grand to make. And we broke even, admittedly. So we had I think we sold like 30,000 copies of the game, which was crazy. Because if you look back, like on how the business model, because we sold it for like $1.99, right? And then Apple takes 30% of that. And I don't know if we broke even. We may have lost money on it. But if you look at how mobile games are done now, like we should have made that
free microtransaction.
You make it free, then you add DLC characters for $10 or whatever.
Get the nerd, get Wiz, get Boomstick, get all these characters that you can play as. Yeah,
right, exactly.
So fun fact about that, which Craig, I'm sure you'll remember. When we were talking with the developers about making that game, they were like, "Hey, so there's this new engine, and like it's really awesome. And it's gonna make the game like play really great, but it was Android. It didn't have support yet for
right.
Yeah, and they were like, but it should be. They're like almost there. Like they should have it by the time that the game releases. Oh god! And I remember I was beta testing all the Android stuff, and like, it was so fucking broken early on. And then like we managed to get it out for release, but that was a very scary thing because I was like, they delayed. Like they delayed a little bit, and like it might not be available for Android. And we're like, what? But like you said, it would be fine.
You're right. I like the best part about what your sentence was. There's like when you go, I was beta testing, and our beta tester was you.
That's very true.
That's very ScrewAttack.
Dude, we all wore a lot of hats in the OG ScrewAttack days. I don't even know how many job titles I held at ScrewAttack.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Who owns that now?
Texting the bread? I guess technically AT&T. I guess.
Coming soon to AT&T 5G, Texting of the bread.
Right, yeah, I guess. I mean,
wild.
Yeah, it is wild. I'm sure. Like, I don't know.
I guarantee you that. Well, it'll get cotton blanket. I was gonna say that it was definitely never a line item. In the acquisition.
Let me see if this shit's still in the Play Store really quick.
Please do. And while you do, and if you did, like, remember the last update we did it was like for the iPhone 3. You know, so like it's been legitimately 8 years, nine, probably 10 years since the update. I mean, we supported it for like 8-9 months. And then it kind of died off, so You can only support it for 6 players for so long. You know what I
We
mean?
can do it again.
right.
Nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn shame.
Corey
Although it's
voiced the
funny.
main character.
When you put in texting the bread, it does autofill texting the bread AVGN. So
Nice. Cool.
So some
I'll tell you-
trace somewhere.
Well, that was hard news. Let's move on to the middle segment now, which I figured we're already talking about. Do you guys want to talk about ScrewAttack stuff, or do you guys want to go on to other stuff? I was just going to say, like,
Whichever.
seeing what you guys are working on, but I mean, I'm sure those who are listening probably want to hear some ScrewAttack stories or something along those lines.
Some nostalgia talk. We can do either, man.
Right.
Or both. Who knows?
Sam, you start. Go.
Oh God, what do I talk about?
Sam's
ScrewAttack,
first role was
nostalgia.
me putting him in a dumpster.
Yeah. It is weird how all this shit turned into like careers and stuff that's like bought homes and fed families and like
Right.
some wild
Yeah, see,
stuff that
here's how this
all
works.
that worked.
So I owe Craig for the opportunity, and then you owe me.
yeah.
Do you real quick, Chad? Are you getting pops from Sam's mic? Or is that you're not okay?
Oh, wait.
Sounds fine.
Sam?
Go talk.
Pop.
Yep.
pop,
Yeah, I
pop.
am.
Okay.
So Sam has a
Let me just reset it.
stupid thing called voice meter
Uh-huh.
that he could easily turn off before he joins things, but he doesn't a lot because he's lazy.
Uh-huh.
And
No,
then that
I
causes
can't
this
easily
problem.
turn it off.
Okay. Well, I just want to triple check. This is it wouldn't be side scrollers without or not side scrollers without some sort of audio
Some sort of
mishap.
technical issue.
Yes, because I told you I had to go back and watch an old episode to remember all the segments and all the cues and everything like that. And I look back and then I'm like, God, sucked. Like the audio was shit every week. It was either the audio was shit every week, the video was shit every week. Like how we release that as a podcast is beyond me. I have no idea.
I don't even know how the audio was necessarily as bad as it was because we were using the same mic you're using, those Shure SMB7s, I think they are.
Yeah,
those mics are fucking great.
Right. Well, so the later episodes were pretty good, but I'm talking about like the early episodes, right? Like where we had a shotgun mic and you could hear echoes and shit, and we had lavs
like at the old
on.
office.
Right.
Yep.
It was a mess, but
And lavs are very expensive, so those were just okay lavs.
right. Yeah, they were good enough to be able to record, right?
The old independent ScrewAttack days.
Right,
It's
right.
good enough.
It's
like
it'll get us there. It does
Also,
the job.
we spent money on this.
We'll
fucking use this for everything.
Right. Hey, no, I'm not kidding when I say this. The cameras that you see me on right now.
No, is that the
same,
old Panasonic?
Same one.
ones?
Yes, the same one from our office. And you know what? Looks good.
It does look good.
I mean-
wow, that's incredible.
Right.
It's because that was like the internet. I feel like for a long time has stuttered on the jump to 4K. So
Right.
like if you had a good 1080p camera, it's been good for the last 6 years. Like
Last decade. These
pretty
cameras were like it was the ScrewAttack Christmas gift one year where I invested. I think I got 3 or 4 cameras and they were like I think they were $3,000 a piece, something like that. I mean, I spent like 10 grand on cameras, and it was next level, and it was crazy.
I mean, it was a huge upgrade from those fucking DV cameras that we had.
Right.
Oh my god, dude, those tapes are all still somewhere.
God.
I have some.
No, they're not.
I had a ton.
Yeah,
they're moved somewhere.
We
They're
had
somewhere
a
at
bunch.
RT.
No, they got transferred to trash not that long ago. I remember.
What?
I want to say Adam bared about it before he moved. I think.
Oh.
Something like that.
Oh, dude, I
Shame.
saved
Yeah, it
all
was
of them.
just
I
too much
saved them
storage.
all for they were under my
what?
desk. Who
Why?
knows?
But you're a fucking hoarder. That's the problem. You save all
God.
sorts of shit you don't need.
Yeah, but
You
it's
probably
like
have like USB micro B cables back there.
you
somewhere.
save
Like,
it because
why?
you just never know.
knows? Right.
You just
Thank
never know.
Thank you, Craig.
Like that's like why are there archivists of all these things for the NFL from 1962? You know,
Right.
like
Yeah, exactly.
you do it because who knows, right?
I literally, I want you to know, I'm putting this on the record. I saved them. They were at my desk, and I literally had them there until I transferred over to another department. Man.
Adam
all right.
Baird did it, huh?
It was somebody in IT, but
Now
they
he's
asked.
just like, oh shit,
I mean,
nobody go light him up.
No, it's none of them because they asked and like.
You did it, Sam?
I mean, I might as well have. I would have pulled the trigger ages ago. Like, I don't hold on to, especially shit
Sam will
that's on
fucking
the
throw away
internet.
socks.
Okay, I've been throwing away a pair of socks and grips. I'm much more. I'm like a crunchy hippie these days. I don't waste fucking clothing. and
You're a
stuff,
normal
so-
fucking person. People don't throw away socks; they wash them.
Wait. I understand throwing away socks when they have holes and things in them.
No. Just like wear them a couple times and throw them away.
Yes, it's like fucking
Yeah.
pennies. He throws pennies away.
Yeah, of course I throw pennies away. Do you know
God!
how much they're worth? Chad, think about what you get paid. The amount you get paid is so much more per second than it is a penny. It's not
It
worth
doesn't
one
matter,
of your
you
seconds
don't-
to pick up a penny.
This is what I don't know. This is so weird. This is why I don't know. This is probably why Sam and I's like friendship has lasted so long. Because in like we have similarities, but in other ways we're just complete fucking opposites. Because like I will data hoard like crazy. I have our old skating videos like still on this computer that I've
Yeah.
transferred through who knows how many computers. And then
I
he's just
have-
like, I wore this sock like twice. Fuck that, and he throws it away. Or a penny, fuck that. I'm never gonna use
I
it.
have a 500 gig solid state, and I go through about 300 gigs a week, just like in and out for work right now, recording commentaries and
Are
all
you
sorts of
serious?
shit. It's fine. Yeah, because I'm not a data hoarder. I keep that shit clean and tight. There's only necessities on here. What are you playing? 17 video games? No, you're playing one video game. That's the only one you need on your computer. I got gigabit internet. If I need it again, I'll just download it in half a second. It's fine. Like,
Sam bragging about it, man. I'll tell you.
I mean, no, I'm just
I got
saying, like, I
gigabit
don't.
internet, bitch.
I'm not.
I also have gigabit internet.
Dude,
but I
it's
keep my
great.
shit.
It's from AT&T, our lovely business daddy. This gigabit is, they give us the discount. It's so
business
cheap and
daddy?
delicious. Yeah, dude. They're a fucking business dad. What do you mean? That's literally who they are.
Yep.
I guess it's more so Warner Brothers, but the discount's deep and it is good, and this internet is juicy.
It's Warner Media, Sam. Get it correct.
It's
Okay,
Warner.
sure.
Yeah, who
The
owns?
brother, I'm sorry, Brothers Warner. Like,
Well, let's
Craig,
say,
Craig,
who
in our-
owns who is
in
your
our-
daddy?
In our last shift, it took 3 full fucking slides to map out where we exist in the like AT&T world.
So how
Yeah,
far down? How
it's-
many parent
But
companies
we are
do you have?
currently now
Well-
under Warner Media.
yeah.
So that is where
it goes.
Rooster
It goes.
Teeth
I think it's AT&T, Warner Media. Under Warner Media, there's the Otter Media branch, and
And there's
under
Elation.
that, there's Elation, and Elation is like our direct report tos, I believe.
No,
So
not
and
anymore.
Elation,
But then we got restructured
Oh.
again. I'm pretty sure now we're straight to Warner Media. I'm fairly
Oh.
certain.
They moved us out because it used to be like Elation was there for us, Crunchyroll, and like a few other smaller.
This is the
studios, I
content that the
think.
viewers are here for.
No, this
Yeah,
is
it's
fascinating
the
stuff. This is 'cause
It is.
what I always tell people is like after ScrewAttack was acquired, it was pretty hard for me because I went from having no bosses to having to get 7 people to sign off on things before I
for
could
sure.
move forward with anything, right? And that was like really, really hard for me professionally and personally, right? I just
Yeah.
felt like I was like totally stifled. So I can't even like imagine what it's like now. Like it's like AT&T goes, here's a big old pot of money to several companies. And then they say, well, here's a smaller pot of money to the companies under them. And then that's that gets distributed. And it's like, it's just, it's
Oh,
such
it's
a
wild.
corporate
Dude,
crazy
I will
environment.
say
One of the
it's
hardest-
a whole lot better now than it was under just full screen. Like
Yeah.
full screen didn't necessarily.
Does full screen still
I
exist?
mean, they were an IMS. Yeah,
Yes.
to some extent, they're part of Elation, I believe. They think they merged with Elation, but like full screen, and understandably, because they were an MCN, they didn't know anything about running a production studio. It was
Right.
in none of their like wheelhouses. They didn't.
Yeah, they're basically
none
a
of them
sales
ran a
team.
production studio.
They're
So
a
yeah,
sales
it
and
was like
acquisition team.
yeah, and also MCNs that went a weird way, kind of predictable way. I feel like, but yeah, it's just
There's a tiny
like-
window where all that could have happened. And we were
yeah,
in it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so now it's like, oh yeah, Warner Media, a company that actually understands production houses, like is much more clear, and also helps that like Sean, like at least for me working in, I don't know about Chad's experience because he's in live action and animation. It's like Sean Hines is co-head of studio now, and so I just like, hey Hines, can I have this? And he's like, yes or no, and that's the whole thing. It's just ask Heinz. So it's pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing I've been doing for like the last decade. It's like ask Heinz if it's okay.
Wait. So okay. Let's do a quick catch up on everybody. See where everybody's at. Okay, because this is something I haven't kept track with where everybody's at in their position. Okay, you mentioned Sean Hines. So he's like the head of animation studio now or something.
He's the co-head, yes.
Co-head of
With who?
animation. Yeah.
Joe Cleary.
Joe Clary. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who Joe Cleary is, but so
He's a nice guy, magnificent beard, very tall.
Yep, that's there you go.
Sounds great. Nailed it. Okay, cool. let's do a real quick rundown. Okay, so Ben is still the showrunner of Death Battle.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think technically he's a director, but yes,
Okay, and so Death Battle has like
he's a showrunner and director.
it has like 3 shows now, right? It's like Death Battle, DBX, and there's like one about cars or something.
So Death Race was
We had
it was
Death
like a
Race.
small mini series that we did.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just
okay.
4 episodes. DoorDash came over and was like, "Hey,
Sponsored
we'd
it.
like you to make a custom piece of content," and we were just like, "We've
Craig,
always
I don't know if you
wanted to
remember,
do,
like-
a car show thing."
Yeah, like,
so
even
it would just
way
it matched up
back-
perfect.
Yeah, way back in the day, Ben was always talking about how he wanted to do a death race, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, with like cars and do that. And so this was just like a good way to like do it, and we got to turn it into a little mini
It worked.
series.
It was awesome. It was such a good like. Rarely
fun.
do brand deals work out that well. Where DoorDash was like, "Yeah, sounds sweet, guys. Like, make sure our logo's in places, and like you guys
And
make
then
the
have
piece
fun.
of content you want to make and have fun." Like, we made some meme ass content. It is funny. Like, it's weird. It's nothing like Death Battle. It's very like Thomas Tank Engine like turns into a dragon and shit. It's stupid. Like, it's very meme funny content. So
Nice.
yeah.
I'll need to go and binge watch all 4 episodes.
Yeah, it'll take you about 15 minutes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well, so Sam,
DoorDash.
what do
That was
you
a very
do?
good thing. I'm a producer.
I'm so proud of him. He's
What
learned
does-
how
what
to
does this
do
mean?
some business.
What does that mean?
I don't necessarily know. You just get shit done, pretty much. Like that's all. Like I don't know what the description of the job producer would be, but you just need to make sure. Like right now, I'm assigned on like a lot of like garbagey business terms, like
All right.
retention content and like broadcast initiatives, and like when unique ad sales opportunities and stuff come in, and like helping, like Torian, good example is like lead animator / director in, I don't know what his actual job title is. It's besides lead animator and director. Like he's doing the new season of Red versus Blue,
RVB
which
Zero.
is super awesome and stuff. And now like one of the small things I'm doing is just like I'm on special projects, like helping them make sure they get promotional streams going and Let's Watch and that kind of stuff going on around it. So just
Right.
Yeah, so
a lot of little, like I'm the guy right now that's just like Sean's like here's a small thing, like make that happen. And like most recently for Ruby we needed like ancillary Ruby content, like content around the main show, and so I was like, make a D&D show, and we still have the old ScrewAttack policy, whereas if you
That's what I
have
was
an
about to
idea,
say.
it becomes your responsibility. So it's like that's what happened with that. I was like, we do this, and then it became a responsibility. So Chad was on that.
Yep.
He seemed to have fun.
Oh, it was so much
we
fun.
just wrapped
So-
recording the other day. So
I would like to say that
Yeah.
Sam is traditionally absolute shit at talking about what he actually does, but that was the best he has ever done. Literally ever in his entire life.
I
So
could try harder, but yeah, you just do stuff. Is like Sean's just like, this thing needs to get done, and I go, okay, I'll figure out how we do that thing.
yeah, no, but I've been very proud. Sam has stepped up a ton, and like has been doing like real business shit, and
Yeah.
like what he was talking about, the Ruby show is called Ruby the Grim Campaign, and he basically pitched was like, yeah, what if we did like a Ruby D&D show? And they're like, great, do it. And like so he got in touch with people, helped plan out a gigantic custom rule set to D&D to make it fit the Ruby universe, casted people, reached out to a game company that had a beta game in development, got our Grim models imported into it so we could use it for the show, and like then worked with animation to actually get like our characters that we created like animated so that they could appear in things. And like it was like
Wow.
phenomenal, like absolutely phenomenal. And
Way to
Sam
go,
did an
Sam.
amazing job
It was
along with
fun.
others.
It was, yeah.
It's like
Also,
everybody's
the one
doing
fun
grown up
thing-
business. It's great.
Yeah,
He is, I know.
There's still some dumb shit because like we've been looking into, I don't know what's the right word for them, but like it's not Vocaloids, but it's the like hey, look, now I'm like an anime character stuff, right? And we've been doing some of that.
Character animator stuff.
And it-
Yeah.
Yeah, character animator stuff, and it's been like the other day we were doing like because we still do Death Battle cast, like I was a wolf and stuff like that. So like there's still weird fun shit about the job where it's like this is just like looking into just dumb new tech and playing around and seeing if we can use it for fun stuff or how to make new creative content.
Nice.
Yep. It's been cool though. It's fun.
I just pulled up a picture of us at Nick's wedding. Of all of us standing there with Nick and his wife. Okay, so I'm gonna go do the quick rundown. So Ben's doing Death Battle. Sam, you're business guy. Heinz is running the animation studio. Chad, you are part of the RT Core group.
Yeah, so I'm doing basically I'm running the Rooster Teeth YouTube channel. Is where I'm at. Along with like acting and voice acting.
Okay. So do you have to like upload things and stuff or what? Like,
no. So it's like program strategy.
Oh,
and,
okay.
like, making sure everything's there and like working with Barb, who's the head of creative for that group. So doing like all the metadata and all that fun, just making the channel run and like the way that things should look and be titled and all that.
It's fun. I don't know if you're on the same page, Chad, but throughout my entire career of working on the internet, I think doing metadata and like descriptions and for people who don't, that's just the YouTube description. In like just uploading the thumbnail and the video, like and that kind of stuff is the worst part of the job. Like once I've finished a project, I just want to like not look at it and I'm like, it's done, just ship it. I don't care, I've finished it. But like nah.
But it's incredibly
like
important.
7 weeks later when you've forgotten what to do, you're like, oh, what the fuck was this about? The gang title hangs out and talks about funny stuff.
No, you gotta rewatch it, dude, because the title and the thumbnail are just as important as the content that was created, regardless of how long it took to make that content. So,
of course.
Oh yeah, big time.
Brian Baker is I saw him doing
jacked
all the RTX
as fuck
stuff.
now.
Yeah, right.
Can we just talk about that for a second?
Like I thought
because
about
he didn't tell any of us. He
fuck his professional gains. This man's made muscle gains that are just insane.
Dude,
like
Brian comes
he's been
over
quarantining hard.
Before the quarantine, he used to come over all the time. Like, and then like, he just like, he just hadn't texted me. He was like, yeah, I get it. Like, how much shit's going on. And he just randomly just like, I like this jersey.
Right,
and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
silly subtle flex. I was like, yeah, sure. Post about merch, Brian. That's all that is.
Yeah, dude, it was insane. So like huge testament to him. He's one of those people that makes me feel like shit during quarantine because like there's so many people that are like,
I've just been
what
drinking
I do?
and gaining weight. It's been
right, exactly. Like, that because like I have children and like April and I both work full time and she's we're also now virtually teaching our kid while the 3-year-old just ruins the house. And so I'm just like any moment I have, I'm just like. That
what, Chad? What? Okay.
No. And then it's just like there are other people who don't have children. They're just like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna use this time to like
be productive,
better myself. And then I'm just like, I'm so proud of you, but also fuck you, Brian.
Right. Does Brian even have a beard anymore?
He shaved it.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
She's changed. That Brian Baker.
Yeah. He's not even bald anymore.
God. It's ridiculous. Does he have hair?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe after quarantine,
when
he's gonna come
like,
walking up with like a luxurious mane and just like fucking trim as fuck, like ready to go.
Oh my god! He just walks up and just his shirt flies off. Does the Fabio thing? Oh my god! Okay,
Brian,
Nick,
if you're watching this, I love you.
Of course. I by the way, we should have had Brian on this as well, just to sit in the corner and like he would have.
Dude, we absolutely should have.
Like I thought about it, but he never really was on the show. He was just kind of like.
We could just right now switch to a Brian cam where he could nod. And
I'll text him right now and we can get him a Zoom link.
Yeah, get him in. Go ahead.
Right,
that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, send him the Zoom link. And let's see. So Nick was actually with Death Battle, then he was let go, and then he got brought on for freelance, and then
to a different department. Yeah, he transferred to a different department. And
that's right. He was doing the no. Or something.
And that department got hit by layoffs, which sucked. And then so recently, finally, animation and everything, we've had a position open up with him for him, so he's back full time, which is fucking great to have Nick back.
Nice.
I mean, I remember like the first thing he edited, it was a while ago, like him being back after being gone a while. And like the second I watched it, I didn't know it was his edit. And then I was just like, this is a Nick edit. Like I know this. I love this. Like he's just comedic timing on stuff. So great. Love it.
Right.
So yeah, very happy to have Nick back.
Yeah,
He's
I was
killing it.
happy.
He's just doing great.
I was happy to see that too. It makes me happy. Like when the layoffs happened and Nick was let go, my heart hurt so bad.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you guys understand too, because like it was like watching from afar. Me like, no,
I mean, he's like the only we could get. Pretty much most of the people I think that know Nick and have known Nick for more than a year, and everybody be like, "Who's the best person in the room?" And everyone just point to Nick, right? Like, right. Nick's that person. So yeah, it
Moral
definitely
compass,
sucks, but
that guy.
yeah, definitely great to have him back.
All right, let's see. So Austin, what's he doing?
Austin works in dev now, so Austin can't talk about a lot of the projects he works on, but he's working on really cool stuff. I will say one thing about quarantine that's been awesome, which is a weird thing to say, but as an animation studio, a lot of people are like, "Hey, we can't make live action projects. Like, you guys, can you help us do an animated show?" And it's like, yes, we can do that. So we've had a lot of dev projects that Austin is leading up. Some really cool stuff. I really hope to see some of it come out. Super excited about some of it, but it's how business stuff like that works on the back end. It's like ages ago when we almost had that deal with, I think, Dell, where it was like we were all gonna get new everything gear, and it was like this. It looked like it was gonna happen, and at the end of the day, they're like, "Oh, but ScrewAttack's kind of an aggressive name," and we're like, "No,"
right.
just like
yeah.
So, but yeah, working on a lot of cool projects. Hopefully, one of them lands. A lot
great.
of really cool stuff though.
That's awesome. Let's see. Noel. Noel's still around because Noel came on. I feel like I don't even know if Noel was on when I was there, but
he was.
But he had helped.
Yeah.
But he was there for a little bit. There's a little bit of crossover.
Right
there.
at the very, very end.
Right.
Before we relocated.
What's he doing?
So
he's a producer now as well.
Yeah. So he originally went over to Core, which is with my group, and he was DP. So doing a bunch of cinematography and that stuff for our group. And then like with everything going on with like, the pandemic and all that stuff, he obviously wasn't filming a lot of stuff. So then he ended up like going back to animation, and now has been helping doing some writing and some voice acting for RVB0. So
nice.
Yeah. Well, and he's a producer for RVB0.
And
so
that,
yes.
Right. And you said Torian is essentially like, it's got to be pretty cool for Torian because he's essentially like RT's Monty. Like Monty,
for RVB, yes.
Yeah, which is
he's yes. He's killing it.
Because Monty was like Torian's inspiration. I mean, he's told me that before, which is pretty amazing. To kind of see him carry that on. So,
let's be real. We all knew he would succeed. Torian,
of course,
is incredibly talented, a really good person, and just
yeah. It's dope to see the faith that they have, like, and because they've kind of like. He just had the general idea of like, I want to do RVB, but like with like dope Fast and Furious stunts. And then everyone's like, this guy deserves the opportunity to make it. So like, let's make it. And it's just been great to see.
And he worked on Genlock too. He's worked a little bit on Ruby. But like Torian's a just phenomenal animator. He's so talented. Like Craig, I mean, like how many times I had the conversation about just like, go the fuck home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop. Just stop, please. Just stop.
But now
working.
he's at home 24/7.
And then it was yeah, I know. But it was also just like great. Okay, cool. So like render times and whatever. It's like here's better equipment. We bought you better equipment. Go the fuck home. And then he was like, ooh, with better equipment, I can do more now. And I'm just like, fuck, like, dude, like, and he just.
Right.
I mean, literally, I think it's the exact same cycle still happening.
Dude, I can't make him not. I could never do it.
He's great.
The stuff they're doing, the tech they're doing right now is so cool because they build an environment in Unreal with the characters, and then they have
a fake
actual camera rig, like it's an actual shoulder-mounted rig in like its live action through the scene. So it's like they build the scene Unreal, and the characters do everything they've already programmed and etc. But then they shoot it with a real camera in the real
basically
world,
they
but
rig
it
a
translates to
virtual
Unreal.
camera to a fake
cool.
rig. And so somebody can get in there and they're seeing it. It's just a monitor.
Yeah,
and
in the mocap rig, the
yeah.
camera is the thing. It's mocap, so it moves around the scene like a real camera. It's really cool. It's like, and it's let him make some awesome shots. It's super cool.
Yep.
And Gerardo, so obviously John's not with John Francis McCullough. He's still doing his own thing right now.
Yep.
And Gerardo is he's still working with Death Battle.
Yeah, he's an editorial for more than just Death Battle. But like right now it's Death Battle season, so he's definitely deep in Death Battle. Does
Death Battle still take
Does
Death Battle still take the beginning of the year off?
Oh, dude, no, we went crazy this year. We basically did.
We still take January though.
Yeah, but we did 2 seasons this year. Basically, it's 1 season, but so we were able to produce more episodes than we ever have before.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're 40 weeks on right now. So we do both the previews 1 week and then the fight the next week, and we do 4 weeks off, which is January, and then we do 20 weeks of just like 10 episodes, and then we have 8 weeks off, which DBX runs, and then 20 weeks back on, and that's the 52-week year.
And we just did another Death Battle with Ismahawk, so we had another live action.
Nice. Those guys are awesome,
dude.
Yeah, they're great.
Craig, it's legitimately like one of the coolest things that we've ever done, like been a part of, I will say, because Ismahawk was a tremendous a part of making that happen. It is crazy. If you haven't seen it, please go watch Winter Soldier versus Red Hood. It is and then go subscribe to Ismahawk. Those guys are insane, and Danny's awesome.
Yeah, Danny's outstanding.
Yeah.
So I've gone from left to right on the picture here. You know what really made me feel really weird was there people who I'd see like someone was like, this is before ScrewAttack was shuttered. There are people that would be like, today's my year anniversary at ScrewAttack, and people be like, hey, so awesome. Be like, I have no idea who the fuck this person is. Like that for me, that was always like, wow, that's really weird.
Oh yeah, like
Josh
Kazemi is a new one. Yeah,
dude,
yeah, Joshua. Yeah, we just got lucky. Found him like pretty much straight out of college.
Lucky my ass. I did a bunch of interviews. No, I'm just kidding. I
did all the pre-screening on the interviews.
That's true. All right, sure. Touche. You're right. Josh is one of Craig, like like I've been in management like forever, like before ScrewAttack and stuff. Like
humble brag.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have. Josh is one of my best hires of all time. Josh is incredible. That dude is such a hard worker and someone who just genuinely cares about the content and like goes above and beyond every fucking day of his life. Like I cannot say enough good things about Joshua Kazemi. Like, god damn.
Yeah, I don't think we have any other like new employees in that sense though. Mine is Liam, but Liam was helping as a researcher for Death Battle for like the last like 6 years.
Right.
He's been there for a long time.
It's cool. It's cool, man.
Heart.
Also, can I just point out that I love that your NBA Jam is cycling through all the high scores and it's just your name.
Well, who else would it be? Like come on.
Dude, one of your daughters isn't like trying to step up to
right?
you yet? Like,
let me tell you a story about this right here. This you can actually play people online in this, right? And
what, really?
Yes. And
is that the cabinet that I help you fucking lug up your stairs? That we put a hole in your wall?
This is that's out in the garage. This is an arcade 1-up.
Oh, okay.
And it hooks up to the internet. And man, some of the things they're talking about doing with this thing are next level. I'll tell you guys about it later on. But
that's cool.
But you can play online. So I when this came out, I was a top 5 in the world NBA hang time player, right? And the only reason why I wasn't number 1 is because I didn't play it enough, right? Then so I made my account. I was like, I think I was 32-0, 35-0, something like that. 30, and then Mackenzie wanted to play, so she wanted to play. So I made a separate account for her, just another initials or her name, right? And when that happened, I guess they didn't expect that to happen. Have multiple accounts on for a multiple game.
It wiped you.
So it wiped me out. So I was like, I lost all my will. I went from 35-0 to 0-0, and I went for like to the bottom of the leaderboard. So I was like, man, screw that. Anyways. Couple weeks ago, I checked it, and they have updates for the game, and I was back on the leaderboard. So now I am top 12 in the world on NBA hang time.
Nice. You got to keep shooting for it, man. By the way, just go click the link to let Brian into the call.
Oh,
I got him in.
What? Oh, nice. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Brian Baker.
Yo, let me tell you. Here, I'll wait. Wait till Brian.
Oh!
Brian Q.
All right, we're going to stop down because just like old side scrollers, we got to do an unscripted promo. Remember those? Oh, sure you do. Well, this time it's about collaboratorclub.com. I don't have any paper around me, so I just got to tell you about it. Collaboratorclub.com is a tool that is built around you finding creators that you want to create with. Whether you are a Twitch streamer, whether you're a YouTuber, you can go in, or you want to be those things, you can go and you can find creators that you want to find, create, and grow with. It is super simple to use. I encourage you to go check it out. Once again, whether you have 1 subscriber or 1 million subscribers or 1 follower or you own Twitch, you can definitely go check it out. It is built around it. You can use you can search for Twitch or YouTube, anywhere in between, and we'll be looking to add other platforms later on down the line. But first and foremost, we're going to worry about those. So get on in there and check it out. And if you go and make an account right now, you'll actually get 3 free months of premium access to the premium tools we're going to have when the website actually launches in 2021. This is an outstanding tool. I wish I had this when I launched my career, which is exactly why I launched it and made it. So go to collaboratorclub.com and check it out. All right, let's keep it going. It's not SideScrollers, episode 555.
Brian, we're on Sidecam with you.
Hi, Brian. Hold on. Oh, can't hear you.
He
Can't hear
hasn't
you.
joined with audio yet. We'll get there.
Oh my god.
It's Zoom. We actually never use Zoom, which I feel like is funny because like every other person in the world is just like, oh, Zoom this, Zoom that. And I'm like, I don't know what this is.
Right. Look at Brian with this cool ass guitar back there. What a hard ass. My god. I can't even say.
He's gonna ride it on his Harley next.
Yeah, dude.
right. Brian, can you shake your head if you can hear us? Okay, good.
Okay,
good,
Brian
good.
can hear us. Great.
Good.
We're
Just
gonna,
making sure.
no, we can't hear him yet. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Hey, this is just like SideScrollers back in the day. It's okay. You're just
That's
hanging
cool.
out the back.
This would only be unacceptable if he worked in broadcast.
Well, when he gets in, he'll get in, which is great. Oh my god, look at how
So
amazing
anyway,
Brian
while he's
looks.
figuring that out, what I wanted to say
God.
was great is like, so when I originally joined ScrewAttack, there was like, is this weird like thing like, oh, like what video games are you into and blah blah blah, and then I was like, we talked about a bunch of stuff, and like Craig was all about this like NBA, like Showtime, NBA Jam, and I was like, yeah, I can play a little bit. Kicked my ass. And I was like, holy shit. And Blitz. Like, Blitz I could kind of hang, but like, god damn, dude, you like trounced the shit out of me. But then I was also like, I love Street Fighter, and I played Third Strike. And Craig was like, I also love Third Strike. I'm like, yes. And so then we got a cabinet, and then like, dude, we threw down, and then that is like, it just infected the rest of the office. Like, just playing Third Strike. That was my game to supersede. Right. He kicks my ass in Blitz and Showtime and Jam, but I got Third Strike.
I remember there being at one time before we got Third Strike, we had just Street Fighter 3, and because we got the
New
board,
generation. Yeah.
Yes, because we got the board of Third Strike from GameWorks when it was closing.
I still can't believe you found that. I looked through that trash pile. This might get someone in trouble somewhere. Anyway, GameWorks was
not going to get anybody in
like,
trouble ever.
Yeah,
I think statute of limitations is like on pillaging the trash.
Yeah. Well, we got a little tip off.
I don't even. The manager let us come in and do it. Like the manager, I don't even remember who it was. So even
he was like, I don't give a fuck because it's closing.
Right.
But he probably shouldn't have. Whatever. So. Okay. The GameWorks was like this like multi-story arcades that were like in malls across America, and I guess that like whatever happened, they ended up going bankrupt.
The internet happened.
Yeah, the internet happened. Yeah. Which Craig used to actually. Didn't you work for that GameWorks?
Oh yeah, I did. That's why we were able to go in and do those things.
Yeah.
So
Craig used to work at the GameWorks and like do some like shoutcasting and like get players hyped up. So Craig gets his email from this manager. It's like, hey, look, it's going out of business. Like, we're about to throw a bunch of shit away. So, like, if you want anything, just, like, come and get it. And all of us were just like, what? Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, so
right.
So we're all just, like, kids in candy stores. We're, like, running through. We're like, ooh, let's get that. And let's get that. And let's get that. And there was this big pile of trash that they had put in a corner. There was, like, all this shit in the back. So it was, like, cardboard boxes and, like, things and whatever. And I sifted through it. And I was, like, it was just, like, sports games. And I was like, fuck it.
And these are, like, the JAMA boards, right? These are the boards of the games themselves.
Yeah, they look like motherboards.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, I was just like, fuck, it's all sports games. And I walked away. And then fucking Craig, like, comes strolling up with this, like, big grin on his face. And then he's just like, look what I found. And I was like, what? And it was a fucking Third Strike board. That board was like $1,300. Like, so hard to find. And it worked. That's the other part, because they have suicides, which it'll take me too long to explain that. Anyway, I was blown away, dude. I still to this day cannot believe that you just like walked out, because I was like, where did you find that? He was like, it was in that big pile of trash. And I was like, I dug through it. Like, you know?
I remember seeing it and was like, whoa, awesome, man. That was great. Yeah, that was
Still
fun
have
times.
it too.
Yep.
Monitor is getting kind of bad on it, but it's still there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's been rough seeing. I see like promo pictures of like all these games that we had, and they're just like sitting in the office, and people like taking promo pictures in front of arcade games, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
One thing that still
you
gets
know.
me, I remember going to an arcade auction with you and not buying like a mint fucking pole position because it was a game really none of us are like thrilled about, but it looked so good. It was in like such good condition
Right.
for like $175.
Uh-huh.
And like now I think about it, I'm just like, I bet that thing's like $1,000 easily.
Probably.
Like, it's yeah.
Also, I
Right,
love
right.
that we're having this like great conversation, and like Brian is desperately trying so
Well,
hard
I
to
think-
connect.
I
to
think
audio.
I think I just got through.
Oh, we got
did it,
He's
yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to say the magic words, Chad.
There it is.
Man. Not so beard. How are you?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
After the 2-week version of RTX, I'm a little
yeah.
pooped.
What the hell was that?
So that was a completely remote convention that sprawled out from what will be 3 days in person to 9 days over the internet.
Were you running that the whole time?
So I ran what was our host set, because there was a total of 6 different points of origin, I guess. So we had like 5 different stream techs, 5 different TDs kind of out at their own homes who were punching the panels themselves. And then I was running our host stage in stage 5. And we had another guy basically as our master control at his own home. So we were all feeding into our master control, and he was actually going out to the world.
Okay.
But we were still on the air for at least 6 hours a day for 9 days, or for 8 days, not counting first night.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it was
crazy.
wild.
Do you like what you're doing, Bri?
Yeah, it's it's been an adventure this year.
Right.
Like having to go from being in a studio to like, okay, figure out how to do this remotely in like yesterday.
Right.
It's a lot of planning as we go and figuring out on the fly.
Nice.
And then you decided in your off time, and you're like, you know what? I'll just get jacked as fuck. So like, way to go.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Can we talk about this? Like, Chad was saying, like, he's like, yeah, Brian used to come over a lot, and then one day he just stopped texting me, and then the next thing I know, he's talking about how good he looks in a jersey, and I was like,
It
what
was
the fuck?
different than that. That sounds
No,
really shitty.
That's
Okay.
pretty much. Sam, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Sam?
I mean, the description was different than that.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Then the pandemic hit, and I didn't see him for a few months, and then all of a sudden he's jacked.
Well, yeah,
But
I
yes.
lost out. Listen, I forgot the pandemic
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
Well,
How's that?
geez, Brian, just relax.
Yeah, dude.
So what? Okay, what sparked this? And give us a description, like, because I haven't heard you talk about this. Like, you know, you
And neither have I.
So tell us, give us the
And I
whole
love
rundown.
you. So like,
I
let's go.
mean, I think just on the in regards to, I guess, the like not really talking about it much. It was just always something I didn't want to make a big deal of personally. It was always just kind of like a personal goal. It was one of those things where like I saw someone else talking about just something on Twitter talking about how like doing things for yourself and not making like a big thing out of it. So that was kind of like always just my approach to it, personally speaking. I think it was just one of those things where there's kind of got to be like a point. There's like the day you look in the mirror, it's like, I'm not happy with this.
Right.
Mhm.
Did
like
you?
especially now, like I look at
Like
pictures
every day, like all the time.
Like, well, so I went back and watched the. You guys remember doing the Battlefield 1 64-man super video?
Yes.
Like,
With like
No.
Funhouse and stuff.
yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So I
that
mean,
was
it's like-
back when Game Attack was in like the glass box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
the
was like-
glass box.
It was like November of
The
16.
petri dish. Yeah.
But I'm in that for
Yeah.
exactly like one clip, and like I look at that and it's like I don't recognize myself,
Right.
and like I'm a little ashamed that like I ever like let it get to that point in the first place.
Right. Well, so what did you do? How did you just change your habits, eating habits? Did you work did you start working out every day? Like, give me the rundown.
So I've been, just kind of regularly working out for, at least several years at this point. But the biggest thing was because I didn't do any kind of like crazy data or anything. It was really making like just small alterations. I think kind of the phrase I kept always come back to is a sustainable change, rather than going to like keto or Whole30 or finding some crazy calorie limitation. I figured out what my the TDEE, your like daily caloric needs. I found that and started finding just ways to make small subtractions to come in at a deficit. And I've just been at that for, really, I guess like kind of looking at like the period of like the last 2 years is like really kind of got to it.
So how much weight have you lost?
So the summer I moved to Austin in 2017, I was 306. Right now I'm 189.
Man, that's
Damn,
awesome,
dude.
bro. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
Do you have like abs?
I have like the slightest outline of abs.
Let's go, Brian.
If I catch them, if I catch them in the lights correctly, that's like I might have abs.
I have a hint of abs.
Exactly.
It's like you have abs like LaCroix has flavor. Like it's there. But,
That's probably a fair
Yo,
assessment.
my abs are like White Claw.
yeah, that shit is
Just
better
a little
than what
bit
I got.
there, but it'll get the job done.
Oh my god.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, Brian, we are currently in the middle of not side scrollers on notscrewattack.com. I just
Yep.
want to let you know
Alright.
that. So this is what we're doing right now. We're in the middle of the middle segment.
Okay.
I guess the not middle segment, and we're just talking about. We were just kind of going back and doing a rundown of where everybody's at. I had a picture from Nick's wedding, and we were kind of just doing a rundown of everybody there, and we reached a point. Do you have any like funny or any stories from ScrewAttack that you want to like? I'm sure there's a lot of old ScrewAttack fans who are watching this because it's not side scrollers and all.
On
is there
notscrewattack.com.
Yeah, on notscrewattack.com.
Yes.
Is there anything that you would I don't know want to share that you haven't really shared before? Now that the dust is settled and the brand is no more.
I'm just like stories never before told at panels or
Whatever you want to talk
Anywhere.
about.
Whatever, dude.
The first thing that comes to mind.
Honestly, the first thing that for some reason came back to my mind, actually, someone else brought it up recently for some reason, but the way nut shots were just like a part of a way of life for so long.
Dude.
Someone asked me about
And then Sean killed it. Sean
Yes.
ruined it
Yes,
for everyone.
Sean Boland killed it. When he
No,
killed
that was
Sean-
Hines.
it was
Oh,
Hines.
no,
Hines,
yeah,
dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sean Hines killed it by hitting you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Because he like reared back, right, or something like that.
Dude,
Yeah,
Again.
it was yeah.
Well, so going off this, right? Yeah, I look back at that and I'm like, that's assault, brother.
dude,
You
like
couldn't do that today.
No, there's
That-
no way we could do that today.
I still to this day like I can think back to that and shudder because like I was a skater. I fucked up. I've literally jumped, landed on a rail, and slid down on my testicles, right? And not hurt as bad as what Sean did to me that day. Craig walked into the fucking office, and like I was at merch at that time, which is literally the first room, and I was laying on the floor
Yes.
in the fetal position, holding my junk because
Right.
of that shit. Anyway.
Right. There were several things that we did that like I look back in that and like
Oh, there's
talking
a
about, like ball hits and stuff, and you're like, man, it was just number one, it was a different time. Number two, none of us really cared, right? Or at least nobody ever said anything about it. It was just like it was like a bunch of dudes just hanging out, like just a bunch of friends, just kind of like.
Just fucking around, yeah.
Fucking
Having
around,
fun.
yeah, exactly. Fucking around, like, and ball hits just came with it. And I was talking to somebody brought that up as well the other day, and it was like that was also kind of the charm of ScrewAttack was that like it was just like you never know if someone's gonna get their balls hit today, just a reoccurring thing, Testicles were a prominent theme of ScrewAttack early on, whether it was balls in your face or ball hits. That's how Nick was brought into the company. Like literally, he came out of the car and I just hit him in the balls and said, "Welcome to ScrewAttack."
Yeah, It's a weird day one for sure.
Right.
Yep.
How does it feel? It feels great. It's like 18-year-old kid just. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right, Brian. That was bad.
Yeah, someone was asking me about somehow they've I guess found or remembered. I think Craig, you were out the day we shot this clip of the week, but I was the one who got Byron the intern in the nuts. And so someone was asking me like, it's like where does like the call for that get made? Who signed off on it?
Well, that's the problem.
Nobody,
That
yeah.
would not fly today because none of this was like, all right, so like ahead of time, we're gonna tell you, like we're gonna hit you in the crotch. Nope,
Yeah.
none of that.
Yeah.
When I got hit and then I got Ben back really good, was Ben said they need an extra in whatever dumb video we were doing, and
Oh yeah.
and it was him and Jose. So here's the thing: Jose's the one who hit me. But Ben was the one who had orchestrated it. He's just like, and I wasn't on camera at this time. And so I was like, oh, cool. I get to be a part of a thing. Like, I'm just doing merch. Yeah, sure. What do you need me to do? And they were like, deliver this line. And I was like, put my whole heart into it. I'm like, and here's this line. And then Jose just fucking whaps me in the dick. And I drop. And then I was just like, and then anyway, but then also just my personality and like, fuck around and have fun and be like, oh, you fuck with me. I'm going to fuck with you back. That's when then I engineered that entire fake Rickroll, the Ben roll video or whatever, so that we could do this whole thing, and then I just fucking nailed him to get him back.
Oh my God.
Y'all, I don't want to sidetrack this or anything, but if I was a little distracted, I want you to let y'all know I just bought notscrewattack.com, the domain. So just so we got it in the pocket.
All right, great, cool.
Love that. That's great, man.
Great, yeah.
Oh my god.
my God.
But yeah, no, that was a big part of like that was something that started early on. I wonder which was the first nut hit, Craig.
I'll tell you what the first nut hit was. I know exactly what the first nut hit was.
Okay.
It was a pizza eating challenge where me and Tom.
Oh, it was with Mickey.
It was Mickey and Jose.
Yep.
And Jose delivered one of the funniest lines I think I've ever heard in a video, where after they lose, they each competed against us separately, and Mickey just wanted a free meal, right? So he was going to take the ball hit anyways, right? But Jose lines up, puts a T-shirt over his to cover it up so he can't see it coming, and he goes, "What is this, the Alamo?" And I thought that was such a fucking great line. So funny.
Dude, so much of the shit we did back in the day would not fly today.
No way. No. Like between social media, just like you guys are canceled and blah blah blah. It's just such a different world, And I think that's why it's fun to look back on. You're like, oh yeah, that couldn't happen today.
It's just so weird to think that like we've been doing shit on the internet for like, what are we at? 11, 12 years?
Well, let's see. So I
for
started.
me, you're even longer for you.
I'd be 12 years. Would have been 12 years this past May.
And I was hired like a week or two after Brian. So yeah. So it's like 12 for us is probably like what, 14, 15 for you, Craig?
It'll be 15 in February.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out. No, I have this policy of I refuse to go past the age of 40. I refuse. Like
as being a personality on the internet.
Right. Like I don't want to be like Gray and like super. I already got Gray going on over here, but
do you have like realistic next step jobs like that you want to be a part of?
Listen,
what do you want to do? Do you want to go to sports again? Like be like a sports caster or something, or what?
No, I got other coals in the fire.
Coals in the fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I got different things that I'm working on that may or may not be already announced by the time this airs.
So interesting.
So
right.
I see. What you tell me after this recording.
Absolutely, yes, for sure. I've
We'll
all sorts
remind
of
you.
things. Yes. But yeah, so for me, like, I'm still streaming and I have this podcast and stuff, and the podcast has been super fun, and I've really enjoyed it, and doing everything has been a really, really great. I liked working with Sean, and you guys never really met Grayson or Wes, but I really enjoyed my time with them. But for me, it was just like time to step away and kind of do my own thing, and kind of doing it by myself for the first time. Like I've always had, somebody else working with or another group of people. It's been pretty interesting. But for me, like just mentally, the timeline for me is like, I don't want to be like the really old guy on the internet, which I already am, right? So I just don't want to be. I don't want to outlast my welcome, or outstay, which some would say I already have. But I'll just kind of have an out point for me. So
I'm trying to think there's gotta be now there's like the whole there's multiple like grandmas that game, like literal grandmas that like game on Twitch.
Right.
And
Hell
stuff.
yeah, dude.
So I feel like the bar is kind of has been raised a little bit.
Right.
They're doing it like, oh, I'm retired, might as well stream now. Like,
Yeah,
Right,
just
right.
coming
I feel
soon.
like
Middle-aged plays.
Right. Well, there's tons of dad channels, tons of dad plays channels and things like that.
Yeah,
So-
just have your kid open toys, or your kids. Have
Right.
them open toys.
But I think eventually I'll end up grooming my kids to be personalities online, so I can live through them. No,
Oh,
totally
yeah,
kidding.
that's,
Totally
Internet
kidding.
Hollywood parent.
No, never. But there's that. I don't know what were we talking about.
So many things.
Yeah. Okay, well I'll tell you what.
Real quick, how was the spaghetti? I didn't get to actually ask. I was so busy the day you did that. I was
Right.
slammed. I didn't see it until after.
Also, I just love that the difference was I was like, yeah, sure. Like we can find a time that works for everybody. And Sam's like, eat a pound of spaghetti, bitch.
So,
Like,
You gotta earn it.
I didn't say it that way. Well, people see the whole messages on the internet, but like I just thought it was a funny way to do it. I would have done it regardless. It was just like
You would have
that's
done
a
it
lot less
regardless?
boring.
Yes, you
Yeah, of course, but it's like
All those
a lot
carbs
less,
for nothing.
Yeah, I felt
It
like
was
shit.
just a lot less. Like it was just more boring to just be like, oh, sure, not make a deal out of it. I don't know.
Right.
I thought
Well, I
eating
liked
a
it.
pound of spaghetti was such a just wild like accusation and challenge.
Right. I thought about trying to negotiate with you, but I figured it'd just be better if it was like done. I'd be like, no, half pound spaghetti.
Yeah.
But did you see the
And
way?
half pound is just like a good dinner, though.
Right,
That's not like a
right.
challenge. Like
Right.
half pound of spaghetti, like that just sounds nice. Like I could do, especially these days. Lovely.
It was an event. I found a loophole around it because I didn't say a word. Right. Kristen came in and she was the moderator for it. So I found a way. It was. I put some music in and it got copywritten and the whole thing. So you'd be really proud of me. For that. It was awesome. You guys want to get to some funny news?
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good because it's time for the not SideScrollers news desk.
Probably from Florida.
Hey, Brian, hit the music. There you go. Yeah, all right, nice.
Wait, on camera.
Oh, there you go.
There it
Nice.
is.
There you go.
Perfect.
Nice. I always loved how it was a fake button. It was a button from Staples.
Yeah, it was 100%.
Oh,
And then we had a fan make a button, which was great.
Yes, it was great. All right, let's do this, gentlemen. It has been done. The world record has been broken. I would like to let you know this record may never be broken again. This is as of today breaking news. A Pakistani man has broken a Guinness Book of World Records by cracking what on his head?
Eggs.
A watermelon?
Brian?
Bold choice there, Sam. Thinking.
It's gotta be difficult. Should probably also. I don't know.
A safe.
Close. A Pakistani man broke Guinness Book of World Records by cracking 254 walnuts with his head in a showdown with his Indian rival on a TV special. Right?
They're just like bashing their heads back and forth.
in the span of 1 minute. These two men.
What?
Yeah, they were set
What?
up. They were set up in rows, and they would say go.
Okay, that's like 2.5 walnuts a second, right?
Listen, they're nailing
How big's
it.
the forehead?
Listen. It's
Brian's
it's
asking
not
the
the
real
size
Fucking
of the,
5-headed. This might. It's gotta be, especially after the swelling. It's probably like a 6, but.
So this is like you can look on YouTube here. It's under the Guinness Book of World Records website or YouTube.
Doing that, or are they smacking down?
Like, can they hit multiple at one time? Like, the logistics here are very important, Craig.
These are all wonderful questions, and they are literally taking their head with them lined up in front of them, smacking their head on the table, going down the line.
Yeah, keep doing that.
One at a time. Listen, no gifts to that.
Okay. One at a time.
One at a time, and they're making their way down the table, smacking them as this man broke 254, beating his rival who only cracked 239. Now,
Wait, 254
How
in
fucked up were
60
their
seconds?
heads?
yes. So that's I'm glad you asked that.
How
Chad.
strong is an Indian
Just
walnut?
over 4 a second.
Do we have a picture
over
that
4
we can
seconds.
bring up here?
We do have video, which I don't think I can show a whole lot of video because, copyright on YouTube. But I'll tell you what, if you guys check your Zoom, let's check the chat in the Zoom. I'll send you guys a link real quick, and you guys can check this out for yourself. It's in there.
I just want to see the aftermath.
All right. Well, what I do want you to go once you pulled it up, I want to point you guys to let me. He's watching it, aren't you? Chad's got it. Chad's got it going on. Sam, what are your thoughts?
I got these damn YouTube ads in my side. YouTube has too
Yeah.
many ads right
Oh my
now.
god.
Okay, listen. Stop it about a minute in after you guys get the gist of it, and then I want you to stop it, and I'll tell you exactly where I want you to put the timer on.
Okay.
So you can see the
Great.
damage that is done
Yep.
to these gentlemen.
I got a good idea of what's going on now.
Okay, look at how highly.
Yeah.
Once again, I can't show this on,
All right.
on stream because it'll get flagged so quick.
Yeah, but
What is insane to me is that not only are two people following this man, but they're in a goddamn arena.
Right. This
Like-
is-
yeah, and they look like the lady that's following them looks so fucking concentrated.
right.
Yeah, there are multiple tiers in this arena
Right.
of people who showed up to
All right.
watch a man bash his head against
Oh,
walnuts.
That's
Well,
true.
what is
Two
like?
men.
Is this like their like America's Got Talent equivalent, or like what's like this actual show?
It's a TV. It was a TV special for Guinness. Go ahead, pause real quick, guys.
We did.
Okay.
If you can,
oh
if
my
you,
god,
if you
his
can now
head.
fast forward to 247.
I
247.
saw 104. It looks like he's bleeding.
Oh, God, yeah.
Go to 247 and then check the head at 249.
Jesus! See?
Oh yeah, Ric Flair would be proud of
And
that
no
one.
one's happy. Neither of them look pleased.
Until a winner's
Christ.
announced, nobody is pleased. This
God.
is where we're at in the world in 2020. We have broken a world record, 257 walnuts.
The guy does a bit of a Tiger Woods too at the end when he wins. He's like, ah.
That's right.
Oh yeah, he did. He got that
So
ear
good,
out.
yeah.
He's on it. He's
Even
on
though he's got like forehead stigmata, but like whatever. You did it, bud.
it. You did it.
I mean,
Congratulations.
Six thick scars, right?
My thing with shit like this is just always, how do you get into this sport? Like, what did you just like think like you were like 8 and you were like, this would be funny, smack, and you were like,
I
wait,
love-
joy, this
I love
joy.
the idea.
What?
I love that he has a rival. Right, the idea that
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can break more walnuts in my head than you, you know, and you got to think that they haven't been training very hard. Otherwise, they would have big bloody spots on their head going into this. Right, they got to give it enough time to
The
recover.
thing,
Or is it like UFC where like the guys go like months at a time between like fights?
The thing
Right.
that kind of sucks about this, though, I feel like, is because of the way the sport and like their attitudes look, they actually are like rivals. They're probably
Oh yeah,
people in the world that get each other. Look, if you're willing to smash fucking 200 walnuts with your face in 60 seconds, like, y'all should
sure.
probably just be friends and be like, damn, you got me today, get you tomorrow. Like, because no one's going to understand the things that drive you like your fucking rival on this one, because whatever's driving you is different than most.
Sam, I just can't get over that there's two fucking tiers of audience members that showed up to watch this shit. Like, if someone's like, hey, you want to see this guy like crush the most walnuts with his forehead?
Well,
No. I don't give a
fair,
fuck. Like,
What's
no,
that
I'm not
the
gonna
only
go
event
watch
on
that.
the card that night?
To be fair,
were there other
Yeah.
records attempting to be broken?
This
that would
looks like
draw
some
people?
sort of Guinness World Records show, which is a great idea of just people like trying to beat Guinness World Records. I bet they both do other stuff with their head, like nailing nails, do like other, like
That's their day job.
do other like sideshow act stuff. It can't just be this one thing. It's like I don't think both of them go home and they're like, now I'm just gonna be like I'm IT support or whatever your normal job is. Right?
No, that's the perfect practice because they're at their like desk doing IT
Just
support.
mash the keyboard.
When they're not banging. When they're not banging like walnuts, they're banging their head on the phone because they're so pissed off at
Yeah,
Americans.
well,
There you go. There you go. Wow. Well, we can all rest assured that this world record will not be broken anytime
I don't
soon.
know,
One of
man.
the top comments. God, what have you done with the world I've gifted you? Humans, this.
Like I feel like it might get.
Oh my gosh.
He's a rival. You think the other one's gonna not challenge him next year?
Maybe next week.
Yeah.
Who knows? After his forehead heals, it's go time. All right, let's go to Illinois, as the a grand celebration has taken place. A birthday recently passed, gentlemen, as a piece of history has celebrated its 60th anniversary on September 22nd. Gentlemen, any idea what piece of history was just celebrated its 60th birthday?
I don't know, but it's probably better than a gender reveal party, that's for sure.
No, it's not going to start any fires in California.
That puts it at 1960.
1960, September 22nd, 1960 was the date this happened.
Something
In
to do with the
Illinois.
Beatles.
Yeah, I was thinking like the birthplace of hippies or something like that, or like Woodstock. I don't know, Woodstock.
Birthplace of
I don't know.
hippie. They all spawn from the same place. Yeah, you can.
Brian, any guesses?
Something to do with Illinois Nazis.
Absolutely
Spicy.
not. An Illinois man is celebrating the 60th birthday of an unusual keepsake, a sandwich that he kept frozen ever since it was half eaten by Richard Nixon in 1960.
Weird.
Why?
Yeah, that's weird.
Why would you do that? That's fucking gross, dude.
Steve Jean of Sullivan said that he was a Boy Scout when Nixon visited the town of Sullivan during a September 22nd, 1960 campaign stop. The future president attended a cookout and ate half a buffalo chicken sandwich, which Jean then took home to keep in his freezer. I looked around and thought, if no one else is going to take it, I'm going to take it. John
that's
told
weird
the
as
Herald
shit,
Review
like,
newspaper.
to take somebody's half. Like,
Right?
Well, it actually,
Yeah, I mean-
it parlayed to some success because in 1988 he appeared on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, where he showed the sandwich unfrozen for the first time since 1960. Now that was 32 years ago, and it has been frozen ever since.
I'm gonna say you guys all think he's crazy until we really lock down cloning, and then
welcome back,
coming
Mr.
back.
Nixon.
There you go.
because he did a great
Well,
fucking job.
and also like, there's not some other DNA around for this guy. Like, he's a president. There's got to be some stuff.
Surely.
I mean, look at
What
Clinton.
other
He was
places?
leaving it all over the
Nah,
place.
Yeah, totally.
All right. He says, as long as I'm living, the sandwich will be stored in my freezer in a container that is labeled that says, don't save, don't throw away. Gene
Great.
says.
Just in case something happens to him, it will continue down the
Yo.
generations.
Sandwich-
He just,
Like,
he just looks at it and says, I cannot throw it out.
who you like? What do you think the monetary value is of the sandwich right now?
Zero.
Nothing.
Okay,
Did you
but
put
this
in
guy,
eBay? No,
this guy,
no, Craig. Somebody will
Yeah.
buy that.
That's true.
this
for
guy,
sure.
guarantee if he puts it up for 1,000, somebody's buying it, right? But
For sure.
like, if you
yeah,
think about it,
absolutely.
especially like you're like, I don't know, fucking like Mr. Beast or something. Like, you got 10 grand to eat this sandwich on live stream. Like,
I'm gonna finish Nixon's sandwich.
What is the what is the Nixon sandwich to trees conversion ratio? What's the exchange rate there?
God, that's so funny. Dude, how funny would that be? Like to buy that, eat it on stream. And
See, now, Craig, you're thinking about it, right?
Logan Paul meets the work.
I mean, he's so funny.
Dude, like, I feel we used to do this on SideScrollers
I
a
wanna
lot.
eat-
Like, what's your price? I feel like Mr. Beast,
Right?
like, he
Yeah,
needs
the
to
Sam
call me
game?
up one day because I got like he's paying people wild amounts to do some dumb shit. I got bargain prices over here. I'm gonna eat this fucking 6 feet sandwich, 10 G's, like.
That is very
Man,
true.
just wasting his money.
Oh
I'll
my
plant trees.
God,
I love
that's so
trees.
funny.
Like, I don't know what he's up about.
All right, man. Let's go last one.
If Craig, I want you to know, if this is not from Florida, I am very disappointed.
Well, let's go to Florida.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, there's a reason why it was the last one, Chad. That's right. I knew I
Right.
had to have a Florida story. Let's go to Palatka, Florida, where a man was recently arrested by the police after a heated standoff. Actually, it wasn't a standoff at all. It was just a simple question. Actually, this wasn't recently at all, by the way. Listen, we had a 4-year gap between side-scrollers.
So anything's fair game.
I've been
side-scrollers.
stockpiling.
So it's recent to the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
recent to the show, right? But this was the most Florida story I could find, right?
Perfect.
So I wanted to go with this.
Okay.
Authorities say a Florida man was arrested when he went to the deputies to complain about what?
Getting kicked out of a strip club because he couldn't bring his cat.
Interesting. That's
Or
fairly
alligator.
Florida.
Love it. Very.
Funny story, because I actually did see a story where a man brought a gator to a convenience store in Florida that was scrapped today.
Okay, well.
Okay.
I know Florida. I was close to the vibes at least. Like,
Yes.
The gator
So he
stole his
went-
bath salts.
Gator sold? Okay.
So he
Chad?
went in to complain to the authorities?
Yes.
complain about like possession of like a felony narcotic that does sound pretty like somebody stole my drugs.
Let's
It's pretty
see.
on brand for Florida.
His gun didn't work as well as he thought, killing his spouse over some trivial issue. If
Close.
all of the past side scrollers have taught me anything, I'm trying to like if Google wrote a story, that's where
And
I'm
a
going.
gator pulled the trigger.
Yeah, exactly.
Authorities say a Florida man was arrested after complaining to deputies that he may have been sold the wrong drug.
Damn it!
The-
I almost said bad meth. That was my other one. That was my
Close.
gut instinct. I should have
Ooh,
gone with
man,
it.
Bath salts closest.
Always follow your gut, Chad James, because the Putnam County Sheriff's Office posted on Facebook that 49-year-old Douglas Peter Kelly, always three names in these stories,
Yeah,
was,
DPK.
was charged Tuesday, once again 2 years ago, with possession of methamphetamine.
Nailed it.
Deputies say Kelly called the sheriff's office earlier Tuesday and explained that he had bought some meth from about a week earlier. He said that he had a bad reaction after smoking the drug and asked if deputies could test the narcotics quality.
Yo,
There's
there's a lot of things to dig into.
That's when you know it's fucking working.
I feel like I just find it wild that somebody who smokes meth would still have meth a week later. Like that, like it doesn't seem.
True.
It's not like let's get this this bottle of wine in the cellar for a little while. It's like I feel like you buy meth
Yes,
and you
this is a
consume
good
it.
year.
Like,
We'll
it's like, yeah, it's
savor
like it's the fast food of drugs, right? Yeah, I just there's a lot in there, and the boldness to call the police is just impeccable.
Well,
again-
go ahead. Yes, Chad James.
I'm just gonna say, like, that is a testament to the power of that meth. You are wrong. You are so fucked up. You called the cops to say, I don't think I'm fucked up enough.
Hey, Meth Chad may be my favorite side-scrollers character
That was
ever,
fun.
by the way.
Oh, dude.
I just want to point out.
We were all crying.
Oh, my God.
That's so funny.
At a detective's invitation, Kelly drove to the sheriff's office and handed over a clear crystal-like substance wrapped in an aluminum foil. Authorities say it field tested positive for meth, and Kelly was arrested. Kelly was held on $5,000 bonds, and jail records didn't list an attorney, but it didn't stop the Pasco sheriff from actually tweeting, "Are you a meth dealer? We want to help you out. Just call us at 911 or their number, and we'll gladly test your meth for you before you start
I
selling."
do think it's funny, like, you've like done a shit job when the police department goes to Facebook and Twitter, like, burn you, like, when they're just like,
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, could you imagine taking that call? Like, that person's just like, yeah, 911, what's your emergency? And they're just like, yeah, man, like, I think, I bought some meth and, like, I don't think it's good. And, you have this moment where they pause and, like,
they go, "Who is that?" "Oh, it's DPK."
And they just go, like, I can make fun of the situation, but instead they're just like, "Oh, well, okay, sir. Like, why don't you just head down to our department and we'll get that tested for you?"
He's got some like pH balance strips.
You ever wonder if
right.
this guy, though, like, beforehand tried it and he showed up and they're like, "Nah, it's fake meth," and then they can't arrest him. He's just got, like, rock candy. Right. Maybe in the past, like, he did it, and that would have been the funnier situation. He was like, "Test my meth," and you're like, "You're right, it's not meth." Shit. Well, go home. Like,
oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, there you go. There's your Florida story for the last 4 years. Congratulations, DPK.
There
You
we
made
go.
it. You made
That
it
was
onto
the best
not.
one.
You made it onto not side scrollers. That was nice. All right. Well, there you go. That's the news desk for this half decade. And there we go. Gentlemen, this has been really fun.
yeah,
So
it
much
is.
fun.
Great times. Brian hopped in. This was great. Not running the board, just getting to hang out and look all buff
unpredictable.
and lean. Look at that, man. Wow. Can you show
Part of the show.
Yeah, show me them gun shows real quick. Good gun.
Woo!
Wow.
Doing the
Sam,
Lord's
you want
work.
some of that?
I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive.
Awesome. Well, this was great. Obviously, I really had a great time with you boys, and I have no idea if or when we'll ever do this again, but this was really fun to do. And Not Side Scrollers episode 555 on notscrewattack.com, which, by the way, Sam now owns.
The domain, at least. We'll see how it goes.
Yes, which is so funny. I love everything about that. Maybe you could just link to this episode or something. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you, boys, for popping in. It was really great. And if you guys have anything else you want to say, feel free to throw it out now.
Man, it was a lot of fun to catch
it's a
up.
good time.
It's crazy. It's been a while, man. It's been I don't even know how many years since the last episode. So
I think I looked at it today. It was October 10th, 2016.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
10/10/16. Yeah, that's the day that Game
Almost
Attack the
4
split
years.
happened.
So pretty much 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Pretty
absolutely.
close to it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. Brian, thank you for being here, buddy.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you for remembering me when you saw the picture.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I had thought about you, but I was going to invite you on initially, but you always just like ran the board, right? So there's no board to be run here. So I didn't want to like just have you. I thought it'd be kind of funny if you were just like kind of in the corner, but I didn't want to do that to you, But I'm glad.
But then we talked about you, and I was like, I'm gonna text him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him in here.
I have things to say and contribute.
Absolutely.
Damn right.
And you know what? That was the right decision, Chad. You did it, and bringing Brian on that was the right decision. I'll never admit to that again.
Thank
you.
Well, it's on record regardless.
Oh man! All right, I don't remember how the show would end. Obviously the Mario tune, but I guess I'll say this. Look, we got a lot of good stuff going on. Make sure you guys go watch these folks on RT.com and the Death Battle YouTube channel, and go support Chad and his RT Core Fun, and Sam doing his manager stuff, and of course Brian being a big bad switcher man, making things look great as he
big
technically
bad switcher man.
as he technically directs.
I'm putting that on my resume.
Love it.
Love that.
Love that.
You should put that on your business cards from here on out. So
Whenever they let me get them.
awesome. You don't have business cards yet?
I don't have business
Okay,
cards.
I think it's like
Brian.
in the.
It's a
No,
pandemic.
I think it's a.
Who are we giving them to?
I think it's in the company though, Brian. You have to ask. You don't get them unless you ask. Yeah.
That's an expense.
Yeah.
It's an expense. It costs money to get those things and design and stuff. All right, listen, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you made it this far, hit the like button to help grow the podcast a little bit more. Next week, we're back every Monday, noon Central Time with new episodes. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next Monday for another not episode of Not Side Scrollers on NotScrewAttack.com when it's actually called the CraigSkitz Podcast, episode 16. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.